In this American English pronunciation video, we're going to study American English by looking at a short text. Topic: What I ate for breakfast. I call this a Ben Franklin exercise. This is when you take very good notes, very detailed notes on what you're hearing, and then go back and try to record yourself based on what you've written down, the notes. Did you write down a flap T, or the way two words link together? After you've recorded yourself, compare it to the original. Did you do everything that you wanted to do? In this video, we're going to take notes together. This morning for breakfast, I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk. This is my favorite breakfast, but sometimes I do have eggs.
So let's take a look at what's happening here.
This morning for breakfast.
One of the first things I notice is how much this S and M were connected. This morning. This morning. It's almost like the S went on the next word. S'morning, s'morning. This morning.
This morning for breakfast.
Did you notice how I pronounced the word for? That was reduced to fur, fur, fur. Very quick with the schwa R sound. Fur, fur. For breakfast.
This morning for breakfast.
Also, I noticed the rhythm here. Morn and breck are the two stressed syllables. This morning for breakfast. They have that swooping up and then down shape of the voice that makes up a stressed syllable. Let's listen in slow motion.
This morning for breakfast. This morning for breakfast. This morning for breakfast, I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk.
What do you hear as being the stressed syllables? I hear Barbara's, shredded, and milk. What else do you notice?
I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk.
I noticed that Barbara's is only 2 syllables, even though it looks like it might be 3. We sort of leave this middle sound out here. Barb, ruz. Ruz. Also note this apostrophe S is a Z sound. That's because the sound before is voiced, so the apostrophe S is also voiced. Z, z. Ruz, ruz. Barbara's. I also noticed that the ED ending here is pronounced as the I as in sit vowel D sound. That's because the sound before was a D. ED endings are among the few cases in American English that follow regular rules.
I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk.
I noticed that the word with is not reduced, but it's very flat in pitch because it is unstressed. With. It's also quite fast. With milk. With milk.
I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk.
Let's listen in slow motion.
I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk. I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk. I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk. This is my favorite breakfast.
What was stressed in that sentence? I heard fave and breck. Also, these 3 words, this is my, those were incredibly fast. Listen again.
This is my favorite breakfast.
So this string of 3 unstressed words, this is my, this is my, this is my, this is my. Very fast and very connected. I also noticed that the word favorite was pronounced with only 2 syllables, as if this letter was dropped. Favorite, favorite, favorite.
This is my favorite breakfast.
I'm also noticing this T pronunciation. The final T in favorite was pronounced as a stop. Favorite, favorite, favorite breakfast. So there was no release T of the T sound. Favorite breakfast. Let's listen in slow motion.
This is my favorite breakfast. This is my favorite breakfast. This is my favorite breakfast. But sometimes I do have eggs.
Did you notice the lift here where the comma is? But sometimes I do have eggs. There was just a little pause there for the punctuation. I also noticed how I stressed the word do. I do have eggs.
But sometimes I do have eggs.
The word eggs even though it's a content word, a noun, which is usually stressed, doesn't have that much stress, I notice, because it's at the end of a sentence. I do have eggs. Eggs, eggs, with just a little curve up and then down in the voice. I do have eggs. Also, the plural ending here, S, is pronounced as a Z. That's because the sound before, the G sound, is a voiced consonant. Eggs, eggs.
Let's listen in slow motion. But sometimes I do have eggs. But sometimes I do have eggs. But sometimes I do have eggs.
So, just 3 little sentences, but we really were able to study a lot about American English pronunciation.
Let's listen once in slow motion. This morning for breakfast, I had Barbara's shredded oats with milk. This is my favorite breakfast, but sometimes I do have eggs. I hope this has given you some ideas on how to take notes and study the speech of native speakers. Do this on your own. Take video and audio clips that interest you or that have topics that are important to your field of work. After you take good notes, record the text yourself and compare it to the original recording. What do you still need to work on, or what did you do well? This is a great way to improve your pronunciation. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English. Don't stop there. Keep learning with my fun American English in Real Life playlist, my reduction and linking playlist, or any of the playlists on my channel. And don't forget to check out rachelsenglish.com, where there's lots more to work with.